break, let's transition kind of quickly to immigration. Obviously, the Senate passed their bill a little more than a week ago. It's kind of now in the House hands as we move through the month of July. How does this play out in the House?
Yeah. Well, I have made it abundantly clear that I believe we need immigration reform, not just for those who are here illegally, but for STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, so we can have the best minds here. There are a lot of different problems with our system. As you know, over the last few years, the House has passed a lot of bills, sent them to the Senate, where they sit and die. So we do have, under our Constitution, two separate independent bodies. The House is working on immigration reform. We will have our own bill.
So it's going to be one bill or a bunch of little bills?
It'll be a number of bills, but I confirmed the other day that we can collectively send them to conference. But I think that we will have a number of bills that deal with border security, which is a weakness in my view of the Senate bill, that deals with the pathway. Is it a pathway to legal status or to citizenship? So
let's come back and talk a little bit more about this. We got to take a quick commercial break. We're with Congressman Tim Griffin. When we come back, he sits down with us for another round. I'm Roby Brock alongside David Goins. You're watching Capitol View on Sunday morning on KARK. Welcome back to Capitol View. I'm Roby Brock alongside David Goins. We are joined by Congressman Tim Griffin. Congressman, let's pick up on what we were talking about right before the break there. We were talking about immigration reform, how the House may handle what the Senate has already passed. Do you support a pathway to citizenship for those who are here illegally?
I support a pathway to legal status. And once they are legal, those individuals, then they can get behind the people who have been here legally, following the rules, and they can pursue citizenship. I do not support an automatic guarantee or streamlining of the process separate from the people who are following the rules. That area and the border security area, those are the two areas I think a lot of people have problems where a lot of people have problems with the Senate bill. And I think that you will see something that addresses a lot of the criticism that you saw of the Senate bill. I mean, look, Marco Rubio was for the Senate bill, then he was against the Senate bill. He said he might oppose the bill that he was for, and then he finally voted for it. I think that reflects a lot of the different, a lot of the criticism of that bill. And our own Senator Bozeman opposed it, and I think for good reason. Again, I am for immigration reform, but we've got to get it right. And I would point this out. We tried this in 1986 under Reagan, and while it was well-intentioned, the reason we are revisiting it is because we never fixed the border. And if you say that we're going to pass a law and everybody that's here now is grandfathered in, if you don't fix the border, 10 to 15 years, we'll be right back here again.
I don't want to belabor this point too much further, but what does it mean, fix the border? I mean, that's a very vague statement.
Sure.
Fix the border means what to
Sure.
you?
Let me tell you what it means. Yes, it means more resources, and the Senate did address some of that. But it also means an objective measurement, a metric of what a secure border looks like and how we can objectively measure it. You can't have a standard by which the Secretary of Homeland Security, Janet Napolitano, just says, I declare the border secure. Well, that's completely subjective. You could have the next Homeland Security Secretary say it's not secure, and the next say it is. You need an agreement on what the standards are and how we're going to measure this so that you take the politics, for the most part, as much as you can, you take the politics out. How many people have been apprehended? What's the drug flow like? What's the human trafficking problem like? There are all sorts of types of data that the Border Patrol and Homeland Security track. We need to get agreement as to what constitutes what we believe is a secure border and make sure we meet that. You can't just say we're going to throw more money at it, but we don't know what the standard is that we're looking to achieve. You can't do that.
Okay, well, and you kind of answered